I got a sponsor. We're affiliated with.
Whatever. Clifford Daniels passed.
When you say Clifford Daniels, he's young. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's Mark's older brother. Like Aziz Muhammad.
Oh, that's Mark. That's what it is. It's Mark Daniels. See, now I only know him as Aziz. You understand?
Yeah, that's his brother.
Yeah, I sent something. I'm gonna give him a call too because he was there. With my dad. Let me tell you. Well, hold on. Let's get this show started. And we'll talk. All right.
All right.
Let's get it on. You know how I like to start it. And Santiago makes fun live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Orocho, brought to you by the Sportscast. Today's August 17th, 2023, and Byron with the perfect attendance record. I've been out. I wish it was vacation, but unfortunately it wasn't. And I've been out for a while. So thank you, Byron, for being the Iron Man of the Jersey Boys Sports Talk. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to Sportscast on all your channels, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, iTunes. We're on every social media outlet that's out there. We're predominant on our iTunes Jersey Boys Sports Talk podcast. Please leave a rating and a review. It'll help us out tremendously. If you like what you see here on the YouTube channel, please smash the like button and notification. And below, please share this with smart sport fans that we like having on our show. Sometimes we'll have some fun with them. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube every Thursday at 8 p.m. Or you can go to the YouTube channel directly and you can hear all our shows. There's a playlist for the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, plus the other shows on the Sportscast. You can also listen to us on a smart speaker like Echo or Alexa. Just say, play the Jersey Boys Sports Talk. All right, let's get it going. I'm jacked up for today. I did a little homework, Byron. We got a little, financial education sponsor that I want to make sure I promote. I'm all about financial education, particularly in our communities and so forth. And I know you guys sometimes think it's funny, but it's a real deal, man. There's a lot of people in student loan debt, and there's a lot of people in debt. So we're here to help you out. So how you doing today, Byron?
I'm doing wonderful today. How are you?
Yeah, you must be, boy. It must be. How does it feel to be retired, man?
It's the best kept secret ever.
Is it really, man? You really know how to enjoy it. I tell you, I wish, I don't think I could ever imagine me retiring, but after seeing you and stuff, I don't know. Maybe it's a good life. I see some of my friends just sitting out there golfing, not doing it, not a worry in the world.
Get up when you want to get up. When you want to get up, do what you want to do.
Well, I wish I could get up when I want to get up. I just, even if I can do that, I still get up early, so it don't matter. But we got a lot to talk about, man, and the funny part about the show, there's a lot more than just the Giants. The Giants are pretty quiet. I mean, you got a few things, obviously the Jersey Boys Sport Talk for our listeners out there on the podcast and those watching us on YouTube. We are a show that predominantly talks the NFC East, starting off with the Giants, working our way down to Dallas, the Commanders and Philadelphia. And then we talk around the league. During the season, obviously, we're going to be talking a lot more about that. But right now, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. And so, Byron, I got a few things that I brought up that I want to talk about. I'm going to go over this list, see what your thoughts are. But any news quickly on the Giants? We could always go back to it, but I'll tell you the topics I want to cover beforehand. So, real quick,
well,
the JETSSS. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a mess there.
I want to talk about that. I'd like to see your opinions on Bieniemy. Zeke, this doesn't seem to be paradise in the Bronco land. So I'm surprised John's not on our show. And Trey Lance, and then top 5 QBs or MVPs. But I brought up like a spreadsheet that you did a while ago about the top quarterbacks and top running backs. We'll just talk about the quarterbacks. Because since they were talking all about, different quarterbacks, guys getting hurt, and who's eligible for an MVP season. And let me see if you got him even up there. So we'll talk about that next. But those are the topics. What do you think? You good with that?
I'm good with that.
All right. Sounds good. So what do we got in the Giant land happening?
Let's see. Tomorrow they play a preseason game against the Panthers. Daniel Jones might have, a series or two. Saquon maybe. The starter, because none of them played last week. So, they're going to get their sea legs in and go out there and play, against the Panthers, and we'll see how they do tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And is anybody playing tonight?
The Eagles and Browns are playing tonight.
Oh, so that game is legit. I thought it was like pre-recorded.
Nah, it's on. It's on right now.
I have it on right. I have it on right now.
Yeah, they're playing. They scrimmaged the two all week, so they've been scrimmaged against each other, and then now they're going to play the game. But it is what it is. Because I was talking to Eric, man, the other day, and of course the Eagles are the world beaters, and Jalen Carter, he made one play, and he's a killer now. He's the greatest thing since Reggie White.
Yeah.
I had to hear about that but he made one play against a second team guy, and all of a sudden he's the greatest defensive tackle in the history of NFL.
So I wanted to hide this. I wanted to show this. I posted this. You see the shirt I got on? Well, let me move my microphone a little bit over there. How you like that shirt?
What is that?
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's red.
It's Giants.
You had to dig deep in the closet to get that one.
That was at my dad's house. And you want to know what's so funny? Look at this shirt, bro. There's no way I could have fit into this when they won that Super Bowl. Now I know why I didn't wear it.
It was a little tight, a little snug.
It's okay. It's still a little snug, and I'm still like just under 200, man. I was like 220 when they won the Super Bowl. So I'm like laughing because I went. I didn't think of anything. It was there. It's a large. I fit into large shirts all the time, but this must be a running a small large. But,
and the other thing that came out. That I said, I'm gonna jump up and down about this one.
Are you gonna dog my
Giant,
shirt? You want to talk about shirt?
I forget your shirt. This is even better.
Hey, but wait a second, real back. On the back has all the players like Victor Cruz, everybody played.
Okay,
that's
cool. But anyway, moving along.
All right, good. I'm gonna put my
the Giants interior line was voted the #1 interior line in all of football.
How can that be though? You've been dogging them all year.
Oh no!
What changed?
I've never dogged them.
Byron, that recording I can't.
I don't know what
because you've said it so much. All I got to do is go to the depth chart.
This year they were brought in. They were the #1 interior line.
Okay, why is that?
Because
other than you lying that you didn't say that
I never said that. You have
right. You got that smirk on your face. Whenever you got that smirk on your face, that is like your tail. Like don't play poker.
No, I don't.
I
don't.
That's your little tweet. No. Like when you got that dastardly smile, you're lying.
Well, but anyway, you had Dexter Lawrence, right? You have the other guy, Leonard Williams. Now, the two guys that we signed, Roches Nunez, backup help.
Who's the center that we had a problem with?
We ain't worried about the center. We're talking about defensive. My guys.
Oh, I thought you said offensive line.
No.
I apologize. I stand corrected. No. We've always said we had a good line. There's no doubt about that. That's for sure. You did say that. I agree. Our linebackers, our edge rushers are good. We're concerned about our defensive backs, but I thought you said offensive line.
Oh no. Our interior line is Ashawn Robinson, the guy they got from the Rams. They signed him in the offseason free agent. So we were voted the #1 interior line, something that we needed to fix.
Interior. See, that's what happened when you said interior line.
Yes.
I always just call it defensive line, right? Because usually there's 3 guys. I mean, it's interior, right? So when you said interior, that's why I immediately went to offense.
Right.
Well, and I was wrong. So, but on defense,
offense is still.
So for those of you I stand corrected. I agree with Byron. The defensive line, I always felt they were good. I always felt our edge rushers are good. Our linebackers are pretty good. Our defensive backs are suspect. I'm not comfortable yet there, but we have like 10 million of them.
But you want to hear another thing that came out?
Mm-hmm.
It's a possibility that 2 rookies might start in the outside, and that Adoree Jackson might be the slot corner. They've been experimenting with the 2, rookie corners, Trey Hawkins, the one they got from Old Dominion, 6th-round pick, has been playing well. Deontay Banks, the #1 pick, at the other corner, and they've been, mixing and matching, see. So don't be surprised if you see, those two rookie cornerbacks starting for the Giants come the first game.
Well, look, let me tell you something. If that was me and I was a defensive back playing for the Giants, and my interior line came out as number one, I would be practicing quadruple time. Okay. Because, one, you could be a really good Deion Sanders, Woodson. You could be any of the, Ty Diggs. You could be those guys that are they're just naturally phenomenal. Is that a fair statement? I mean, they're just gifted guys.
Yep.
But you could also become really good as a defensive back and get paid because your interior defensive line is rushing that quarterback, right? Yep. They're stopping the run. They're going to play. You just got to level up your game, right? You got to know that, look, if they hold them past 6 seconds, that's not your fault at the end of the day. And if you got the number one interior line, so if I was defensive back for the Giants and you're out there listening, you're out there defensive back, I would be doing quadruple time. I would be reviewing film. I would be running. I would be stretching. I would do everything I can. I would learn the playbook. I would instantly understand what's the shifts, what's going to happen. I would look at offensive film because the best thing that you can have is knowing that you're not going to be running for a long period of time, and that quarterback's going to be able to zoom that in.
And what is the other thing, Mr. Defensive Back? Confidence. You have to be confident. If you get burned, you got to block it out and worry about the next time.
Territory. But let me just to me, you can't get in. First of all, if you can't get interceptions, you don't get beat. It just ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's a risk reward game, right? Sometimes you better know the difference between the risk. You don't know how to hit it down. For me, I wasn't as athletically gifted as some of these players were, so I had to play more the mental game, right? I had to know when to do certain things and when to be able. And then, there are times that I've done stuff that I surprised myself. I went to smack a ball down, Byron. Literally a linebacker, I guess, missed his assignment. I'm covering two guys at the same time, but for some reason they ran, seam routes at the same time. So they weren't really that far from each other, right? So they're just running deep. So I'm just coming back in the middle and covering them. I went to knock down the ball. Literally, I got there. I was able to knock it down. But when I went to knock it down, the corner of the tip of the ball went right into the middle of my hand. And once it went there, I just closed it, wrapped it in, and fell on the ball. I mean, I lost my breath. I got the interception, but, I literally was going for a knockdown, like a smackdown, you know what I mean? A deflection. So I'm just saying that, if with a great defensive line, it makes you a better defensive back.
Yes, it does.
I mean, there ain't no confusion. A good edge rusher makes you a better defense. Anything that can put pressure on the quarterback, right? That, because you could have great defensive backs, Byron. I think the opposite is also true. You could have great defensive backs, but if you have a lousy upfront line, they're gonna have a tough time
because you can't carry somebody or cover somebody forever.
That's what makes Patrick Mahomes so deadly. He scrambles so much. You know what I mean? That you may have a great line, but if you can't catch him, that's why, with the scrambling quarterbacks, correct me if I'm wrong, you played line, scrambling quarterbacks, we don't want them playing that kind of game, right? We got to keep them interior, because if we let them go anywhere, we're making you guys are big. You got to chase him. So as you're chasing him, that's more seconds that he has the ball in his hands. That's more seconds that the cheetah could just outrun you, right? There's seconds that Kelsey can come across your face and he's big, or Rob Gronkowski, and you're a 6'2" defensive back going against a 6'5" beast, right? So again, I'm glad to hear the defensive line is defensive line is rooted number one, and number two, our defensive backs got to step it up. Man, I was all excited. I thought something changed on the offensive side. All right. So that's what's happening. Saquon's there. Things are happening. It's a little quiet, but hey,
they're working with him a little bit more in the passing game as far as getting Saquon.
Yeah, they were trying to do that last year too.
No, even more this year, because they brought up like a little tidbit, as far as with whole negotiations, because they were sitting there trying to say that he wasn't really involved in the passing game like Christian McCaffrey. That was one of the things they held against him during the negotiation. That came out.
Right. And what? But came out. It came out a negotiation on his side, or it came out
Not against him. They were trying to say that he wasn't like Christian McCaffrey as far as catching the ball.
Yeah, but he can. They weren't using him that way though.
He had 91 catches his rookie year. 91. A rookie record for running backs.
They did say last year though they were going to use him more in the passing game. They did say that last year, so they just didn't execute on that, or something was called off. Something went wrong there.
He still caught a lot of passes, but it's just I think they just want him to catch even more.
Well, then throw the ball to him.
Yeah, well, I'm sure this year they figure it out.
You can't hold this against a guy who, I could see like a Zeke or someone who's not normally a passing a running back, but you can't hold against a running back. Throw me the ball, because Saquon, you get Saquon the ball in open field. He's awesome.
I would love him getting the open field. You figure out what a 225-pound back in the open field, and
he's fast, strong, shifty. Yeah, I mean, he's got it all, man. There ain't no confusion, and I think he's got something to prove. To be honest with you, all righty. So now let's get into some of the topics that I had brought up earlier. Okay, at 8:30 mark, we got a sponsor we want to introduce today. So, all righty. So we want to talk Jets. Look, man, you got to give him credit, bro. Listen, no matter what you say, you got to look at. We both pick them to win the AFC East. So we picked them before all this stuff happened. Yes.
Yes.
That's why I wish one of our guests came on, because remember, I think you and I were the only two that picked it to win the AFC East when we had a group of people on.
Well,
that was one of the very few times. That was one show that you and I agreed the most, because you just wanted this. That's why I let you go first, because if I say something, you're gonna pick somebody else. You know what I mean? So I'd rather let you go first, and then if I agree with you, I'm gonna tell you. But you could agree with me and you'll still pick another team just to pick them against.
Of course. But have you heard the latest about them?
About who? The JETSS. Good for my shout out, my boy Richie Vargas out there. I want to do a shout out to my nephew Vincent and his children, my niece Kimberly, because they're a big Jets fan. And
Joe Caprara.
And Joe Caprara's a Jet fan. There's a lot of excitement with the Jets, man. And hey, look, we got a lot to talk about. Let's talk about Dalvin Cook first. I thought that was a good move. We agreed the other day. He only got paid $8 million. I mean, we say only $8 million.
Only $8 million.
It's half of McCaffrey, but he still got paid $8 million. You can see the market, right?
Yeah, it's all down. And I think.
By the way, I got his stats. I got his stats stuff. Go ahead. What were you going to say about that? Because I'm talking.
The problem is that they're starting to complain about the offensive line with the Jets. They're not very good. They're just kind of like a little bit below average. And I think. Mr. Rogers is getting a little upset because they were talking about, like on the new other sports talk, they were talking about maybe they can get the offensive tackle from the Green Bay, Bakhtiari, him.
He had him on his pant pocket, they said.
Yeah.
He said it was a pant pocket, and they were at a game together, and the guy chugged 2 beers, and then Aaron Rodgers went to try to do it. He's like, I can't do this. He couldn't even chug one. But
he's a little upset with their offensive line right now.
Well, he should be, man, and he's calling them out. But look, 2 things. We're going to get into that in a second. Look at Dalvin Cook. Look at the stuff that you had said. I apologize to our fans. I wasn't on the show, but look at the things that you had stated, and we talked about the running backs. Look at Dalvin. Dalvin Cook is still good. Don't get me wrong. I think that's a great pickup. There's no confusion there. I think that makes him everything they're doing makes us look even smarter. The fact that we picked them as AFC East champs. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
But look at the production, bro.
Yeah, 4 years.
Now he's still averaging some good yards.
Yeah, so almost 5 yards a carry. That's good.
But over his career.
Yeah.
But look at his, like you guys said, like your first couple years, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then the last 2, less than, he had 354 yards last year. Was he injured?
The other way around is the bottom. It's 2017.
Oh my God, I'm going the wrong way.
Wrong way.
I'm definitely in a loss today. All right. So he started here. So look, he's picked up every year.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why, when we talk about production, I mean, granted, his peak year, like a Saquon, was his third or fourth, right?
And
And then,
I think that's what he got paid the first time.
yeah, yeah. So, look, and then it starts going down. But over his career, the guy's performed. But look at these 2 years, man. In 2 years, he had close to 30 touchdowns, right? That's
Yep.
yeah, close to
Yep.
30 touchdowns is pretty impressive. I think that's a great pickup for the Jets. I think that adds flavor to it. It helps the offensive line when you have a Dalvin Cook. It helps the offensive line when you have a Rodgers, but Rodgers has been hit several times.
He's been hit more than several times in the back there.
He's not
He's not
happy.
happy.
He's not
No.
happy. And by the way, did you see Salah? You got to give Salah credit. Salah, he's not one of those like very ferocious yelling coaches, but he did a great job chastising the line.
Yeah, because you got this guy that you're paying a ton of money. He's only the window was small, 2 years. And he's back there getting hit, and all the craziness going on. They got elite receivers and tight end. They got running backs. They got Brees Hall. They got Dalvin Cook. They are loaded on offense. It's the offensive line. If you don't block, you don't win. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, and Rodgers ain't going to take that. They're going to make trades, guarantee you, because they're going to do They're doing everything right. Hey, listen, man. As much as we talked about Rodgers, and I was one of them, and I wasn't a Rodgers. I was always a Rodgers fan. But then I started not liking the things he just did with, Deontay Adams and all that kind of antics and stuff going on. But man, I got to give him some credit, man. He gave up $37 million, Byron. Never did that before, and he doesn't have a $400 million wife.
Man, I can't say nothing about that, man.
You cannot say anything. The brother gave up $37 million.
I can't say nothing.
Saquon was arguing for 4.
And because what? Because he wants to win right now. Woody Johnson, the owner of the team, wants to win right now. They win 2 years. That's it. 2.
That's true. And I think Rodgers realizes that the talk is as many MVPs and everything he's done, you've only won 1 Super Bowl. Right. And so there's no confusion. The guy can play.
Yes.
Right. Okay. No confusion. But when you only win 1 Super Bowl and you've lost a couple times on your own field, and then the antics with, Deontay Adams and just the way you handled some things, and, upset with the way you were talking about the organization, and upset, and then never taking a pay cut either. Right. Which I think was well deserved, right? Because you wanted to keep, Trey Matthews and all these other guys, but how do you keep all these guys if you can't pay them?
Well.
Right. So, there's an argument to be said that I get it that you want your guys and you can't, but you got to do something. And he stepped up. So I think he's got every right as a future Hall of Famer, as a Super Bowl champion, as a playoff quarterback to chastise his offensive line.
No, he doesn't.
How you had it? Why? How could he not?
Because he knew what he was getting ready to step into. He knew like the right tackle, like he did the right or left tackle, Becton, because that was a kid that came from Louisville, big giant tackle that has been hurt. They declined his 5th-year option because he's just not been the guy. And they drafted a guard, Weary Allen or whatever his name is, that guy. And it's just the line is kind of a mismatched kind of a line. They're all right. But they still.
You're not answering. I understand you defining the line. Answer the question. Why can't he not chastise the line?
Because they're linemen, and feelers are gonna get hurt, and they might cry and get upset.
They're gonna get rid of him. They're gonna cut him.
No,
look what happened with the Dallas guy. He got his money.
Yeah, because Zach Martin has been good. The top of the top 3 for 8 years.
My point that is those guys want to get paid, play. And you got an opportunity to win. You got a great quarterback. He's giving up money. You got a great defense, right? You have now they're adding. As a player, and I'm not a Jet fan. I'm happy for the Jet fans, until they start acting crazy again, right? But until then, I'm happy. I'm happy for them, right? But at the end of the day, you have an opportunity. You got to do something to step it up. Why is somebody else that much better than you? You got to agree, if whether you're a Jet fans or not, the Jets are putting everything in place that they need to win, and to win now, like kind of what the Rams did.
Yeah, but okay, what do we always talk about where you win? Offensive line, defensive line. Any team that usually has a good to great offensive line is going to win. They're not, looking at their depth chart right here. I'm going to throw this out here.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
No.
The issue is that all I'm saying to you is that he, as a leader, and as when they see him, they should be in awe. They should be happy that the Jets did what they had to do. They should be happy that they kept their defense together. Remember, you had some doubts because of money, right? So all I'm saying is he has a right, just like the coach did, to chastise him. It's like, dude, I shouldn't be on my butt. You understand? Yeah, but I can take you to the promised land.
Yeah, but if they can't block, if they're no good, well, you could sit there and scream to your.
Then why are you worried about their feelings? Get rid of them. Get the next guy. Go. I guarantee you that guy from Green Bay is coming to the Jets.
They got to trade for. What are they going to trade for him with?
I don't know. They're going to make it happen. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but he's one guy. The whole line is. You need that whole line is suspect.
Okay, but you got to start with one, right? And sometimes a guy like him steps up the game for everybody else.
Yeah, but
you don't know what happens.
2 weeks before the season, now offensive line, these guys,
they got to gel. I understand.
They have to gel, and so now you're going to bring in another guy from another team to learn another system in 2 weeks.
All right, whatever. I don't want to beleaguer this. I think I'm happy for the Jets to do. The Jet fans should be happy. I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely getting tickets for the Giants. I'm getting tickets. I got to hurry up and get tickets for the Giants. I got tickets for the Jets here in Miami. The Giants are coming here, and the Jets are coming here. So I'd like to see those two games and take my son with me. And enjoy some Florida football while we're there. But hey, Jay, man, I am happy to hear that they got Dalvin Cook, and I'm happy for Dalvin Cook. He seems very excited, So we'll take it from there. All right, so Eric Bieniemy. All right, so we're going to talk to Eric Bieniemy. Before we do that, we're going to talk about our sponsor today. Today we are lucky. Our sponsors, I'm always talking about financial education, valuable assets, particularly in protecting and leaving a legacy for your company. We just partnered with a company called GravyStack. And Byron, you may enjoy this because, how you coach kids. You got to agree that GravyStack is a mobile banking app. And it's a game for kids and teens, anywhere from like 6 to 18. The founder is co-founder is Scott Donnell, and he's also the author. You can get the link below of the Value Creation. He's a best-selling author of Value Creation Kid, and essentially it teaches kids money skills like saving. Check this out, Byron. It's super cool. It's savings. Now, hey, we're an affiliate of this program, so we just get a little bit of commission, but it's very inexpensive, so it's not a lot. But at least it starts grooming kids today to really how to use money. And would you agree, Byron? Kids need to be taught how to. They shouldn't be think that everything's a free ride. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely.
So this teaches kids essential money skills: saving, spending, sharing, earning, and investing. Traditional schooling lacks practical money education. GravyStack bridges this gap. GravyStack offers a unique solution: banking and investing investing app for kids ages 6 to 18, combining gaming with real world financial skills. How's that sound, Byron? That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
It sounds wonderful.
All right, so let me just share this with you real quick, and then we'll let you go. We'll go right back to our show. So check this out, Byron. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So this is the game, and how it works, Byron, is a parent, instead of giving an allowance, a parent is going to. I don't know if you could hear that. Oh, hold on a second, because you're gonna have to be able to hear the pieces. I gotta rewind it. Tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear it, Byron?
I hear it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. It's not letting me move it. Okay. So what happens is a parent signs up and they can watch their kids. So instead of giving kids an allowance, which is like considered like, socialism for not doing anything, right? They should do stuff around the house. Was that a fair statement, Ryan? You're a big believer. What do you mean? Tell them to cut those kids off, right? So bottom line is you set up this application and it's games they play so they can earn money. So two things what happens. You either give them some extra pay, whether you're going to give them some money because they're doing stuff, or they're doing community gigs, or they're doing home gigs. And every time they do that, it's generating, it's telling them, and you could set it up. One, you want to put some money to save. You want to put money, here's money that you could spend, and here's money that you share. You should either tithe or give to the poor or give to Wounded Warriors Project. And they keep playing these games. And kids, they like to be on their phone and zap it. So if you're interested, the app is in there. There's a free trial. You can check it out. But Byron, don't you agree that kids need to be taught early? And if we could do it in an easy fashion, like playing a game like the School of Rock when we were kids listening to,
Right.
Let them learn early, because what happens is we're a society of keeping up with, no offense, the Joneses, right? And these kids, all they see is, these TikToks of guys with Lamborghinis and this and that. Come on, Byron, you agree? You could live comfortably, and just as long as you're smart early, right? It'll help you out quite a bit.
Yes.
So check out our link below. This is for kids anywhere between 6 and 18. It's called GravyStack. It's a mobile app. It's fantastic. My kids are older than 18, but I use it. I practice it. We're getting into school, so it's a good thing. So let's keep going. And that's for you football players and so forth. You want your kids to learn money, don't give them money. Shaq is great at that. You listen to his stories. He don't give his kids anything.
No,
right?
He doesn't.
So I would love to show Shaq this, because this is a great thing for kids at all ages, because the educational. When did they teach you about money, Byron? They barely teach it to you unless you're taking a class. So what do? You learn about money about watching your family. And, depending on where you're coming from, it's not always the best practice to look at. Or you're trying to keep up with, I want to live in an inexpensive apartment, but I want to have a nice watch. I mean, come on, you got to know what you're doing there. But let's go Eric Bieniemy. Okay, what are your thoughts on that? And I'll tell you what my research says about with Patrick Mahomes.
The problem I have with it, and I've said this before, is that that situation, what player that was, it should have stayed in house. It should have never gotten to the head coach. And if the player had a problem with Eric Bieniemy, you go to him like a man, and you have that problem solved, or talk to it, or talk about it, or whatever. And that's the way it should have been. That's the way I've dealt with stuff. Come to me first, and if you don't like, then if you don't like my answer, then you're more than welcome to go to the guy. But comes to me first as a man, and I'm going to respect you like that.
And look, Ron Rivera even said he should never even made a statement about it. Ron Rivera, he even retracted himself. I probably shouldn't have said anything. What I also researched about it was, at first when I heard about it, I was wondering if maybe Bieniemy was changing, or he was trying to be something he isn't to get to that next level, right? Think about it, right? Because you never hear that from him before. So when it happens the first time, I'm thinking maybe, he's trying to maybe, do something to be that head coach. So then, I did my research and so forth, and I see, Patrick Mahomes had nothing. Well, you got Patrick Mahomes endorsing you, right? I'm sorry, hands down, the guy complaining loses.
Well, Tyreek Hill too said he coaches hard. He said it. He coaches hard. You just got to deal with it, but he's going to make you a better player. That's
Patrick Mahomes said the same thing. He's going to push you, but you're going to be a better player. You're going to succeed, right? And proof's in the pudding. So you're talking about Patrick Mahomes, bona fide superstar. Tyreek Hill, I didn't realize how much he had 1,700 yards last year.
Yeah.
And that's with Tua being in and out.
Yep.
And I didn't know that about Tyreek Hill. So that says a lot about Bieniemy. So I'm very happy with that. I just wanted to bring that to light. I like Eric Bieniemy. I think you like Eric Bieniemy. Everyone's always talking about why he hasn't had an opportunity to be a head coach. I like to see something happen there for him. It's kind of tough because he's in our division, right? But I want to see the coach successful, right? I don't want to be because of him, right? I don't want it. It'll hurt him, right? Because if he leaves Eric Reed and his offense doesn't perform, it's going to be now a Tim. You understand? So
me personally, not being a Washington Commanders fan or whatever name there is this week, I think he's going to do a good job. They do really have good receivers, good running back. The offensive line's kind of Sam Howell, the quarterback from North Carolina a couple of years ago, he was pretty good down there. So they had the makings of something, but we'll see, how things are going to play out with them.
You got it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We get rid of Dalvin Cook's piece here. All right, and the next thing I wanted to talk to you about was what do you think about Zeke going to the Patriots?
That's a good
pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick for him.
I think it's a good place for him.
He'll be that short yardage back, because the back they do have is pretty good. He's not a bad, running back at all, and he'll fit in with the Patriot way, as far as going short. You need 2 yards, give it to Zeke. You need to block, make sure you block, for Mac Jones back there. Somebody's blitzing, he's going to be your guy. So it was a good move for him, but I think he only got $6 million though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love the way we frivolize 6 and 8.
Yeah, I wish I could say that. Yeah, I only got $6 million in the bank.
Yeah, exactly. Just sitting there.
Yeah, just sitting there, getting interest.
I'm sorry.
Getting interest.
Exactly. Well, if you put it with valuable assets, you'd be getting interest for life. Just so you know that. But anyways, I think that's a good move for him. I like Zeke. I never disliked him other than that he was a Cowboy. But I just still think he's got a couple years in him, right? And then in Belichick or the Patriots, the way they throw the ball, they're short yardage. You know what I mean? So they'll get yards that way. I'm not sure he's a good receiving running back, but I think he'll do a good enough job. But the AFC East is building up. I mean, it's going to be tough. That's going to be one of the toughest divisions.
Yes, it is.
Because, the Dolphins are loaded, but the Dolphins, I don't trust Tua. I still pick the AFC East. Josh Allen is definitely a superstar, but I don't know if it's happened with the Bills where, they were such powerhouse and they just kind of tailed off towards the end of the year. But
a lot of turnovers with him. He had a lot. Like 20.
Yeah, well, coaches. Okay. And what do you think about what's happened with the Broncos? They said things aren't. That's why I was hoping John would join us. Uncle Eric, if you're out there listening, nice to see you. What do you think about the Broncos? Between Russell Wilson. Let me tell you something. I read something which I had said before that. Was one question. Was that?
There's something else going on here.
Oh, so the just getting Russell Wilson to adjust to Sean Payton, and then Sean Payton didn't blame Russell Wilson for all the people he had. To me, I kind of would have, because I would have said, I wonder if Pete Carroll let that go.
No, well, look through the years how he's usually, when he makes a big play, it's like an off script kind of thing where he's running around and find the receiver deep. And I don't think how you going to put it? Sean Payton is that kind of coach where he's going to let things run around, because he didn't do that when he had Drew Brees.
Well, Drew Brees was drop. He was pure drop back.
Yeah, and I think he's more. They're kind of sort of the same size.
Exactly. That's why I thought it was a good move, because they're similar quarterbacks. What I didn't recognize, or at the time, was Drew Brees was more of a true pocket passer, and Russell Wilson let his playground get there. But what Russell Wilson didn't appreciate was Pete Carroll's phenomenal offense and his ability to be such a good players coach, right? Because players like Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But when Seattle was Seattle, they won with a great defense. Their defense was unbelievable.
Yes.
And all they asked, I'm not going to say he was a game manager, but they just wanted him to make, don't turn over the ball, don't do nothing crazy, and a couple big plays, and
audible a stupid in route when you're about to win the Super Bowl, and give it to Marshall Lynch.
Yeah, they got to break that up again.
I'm just saying, I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying if there's a time to audible, that would have been the time to audible. I would have told, I don't give a crap. I'm winning the Super Bowl. I would have preferred him do a quarterback sneak.
What was it? Let's see. First down on the 1.
Say that it was a bunch right slant pattern in a pile. Throwing the ball in a pile into a defense is dangerous to begin with.
No. The crazy thing was that the Pittsburgh, but the Seattle, not the Patriots had practiced
Seattle, which pick a team.
Whatever. The Patriots have practiced that defense. They knew that they were going to do it. They had, all week they worked on that somehow, some way that they were going to run that play.
They would why would you run that when you had Marshall Lynch?
He was the reason why they got all the way down the field with him running the ball.
Exactly. So either they thought he was tired or something, but even that was just stupid. I think it was like first down too. It wasn't fourth down, right?
It was first
down. So you had, throw the ball out, throw it out, get it away, give yourself time.
No. Turn around and hand it to that guy 3 times in a row.
You can, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to play devil's advocate. Let's say he was just tired, so let's give him a break. Okay, great. Throw the ball, run us outside. You know what I mean? Just do anything to give him some time, but don't throw it in pattern. And you just said they practiced against it, so they must have called it. They knew. Why would you? I don't even think that's a good play.
No, not on the goal line like that. No.
Not when everybody's bunched.
No.
Because what are you doing as alignment? You're stopping the run and sticking your hand up for a pass, right?
Yeah. And guess what? That ball stuck right in Butler's hands.
He saw it. He saw when it wasn't a run, and that guy was cutting. Then he just jumped in front of him because everyone was close. It's hard to cover a slant pattern. That's why you got to take his inside out. The problem is now they got smart and they're doing the fades, right? But you, as a defensive back, you don't like the fades because now you're on an island, but you kind of want the fades because the in pattern is easier to be able to be seen. That's why the quarterbacks are getting so much better because of that touch. But an in pattern, if you could see, like if I'm the inside and you see my red jersey, full red jersey, I'm an easier target than if they're seeing your blue jersey, right? And some of my red that's behind you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it seemed like the way the whole play played out that the defensive back wanted the ball more than the wide receiver. That's what it looked like to me because he got blown up. It was
and not only that, I don't think if he wanted it more, I think he wanted it more, but I just think that the guy got such good position. The guy couldn't even fight for it. That was it's a short pass. It's not like you have that much time as a receiver to react either. You know what I mean? As soon as you cut and that guy, big dude, cuts right in front of you, you're either just grabbing him, doing whatever you're going to do.
This is what Russell Wilson should have done. He's like, timeout, go back to if they had timeout, go back to the silent. Hey, you sure you want me to run that?
Yeah, I would have said, timeout. I would have just audibled and thrown it out. But I couldn't imagine, man, because if I pull up this play on YouTube, man, you'd be able to see that was they were bunched.
They were all on top of each other.
And that's because the offense was also bunched. Like you didn't spread the offense to run it. You bunched the offense, which bunches the defense. And Byron, how playing when you practice goal line defense, for some reason you're more hyped.
Yep.
Right, like you're just more hyped. There's more at risk. If that several play, and don't get me wrong, you should play that play every play. But I don't care who you are. Just as a human being, you're on goal line defense. Your heart is pounding. Right, you know what I mean. You don't want them to score,
and especially that you get ready to win the Super Bowl.
No, yeah, and then
you get ready to win the Super Bowl. It's not
like you had to worry. Like I could see that the offense didn't they were just going for the field goal. They needed 6 points.
Yeah.
Right? They needed 6 points. So the defense is even more, jacked up by all I got to do is stop. I don't care. Let them get a field goal. So anyways, but Russell Wilson, let's see what happens. I don't think Sean, that's why I'd love to get John's opinion, but I think Russell Wilson's a smart enough guy that he needs to listen to him. So, how about Trey Lance? I'm hearing
bad things.
I'm not hearing good things either, and I still don't know why Jimmy G is just so disrespected in this league.
Because he keeps put it this way: if he didn't keep getting hurt all the time, and was able to establish, he's going to be there and be reliable. He was a winner, but
he's a winner.
He just wasn't reliable because it was his foot, it was his hand, it was his shoulder, it was always something. He's a great player. He really is. but it's just always something where he just wasn't durable enough. That's what it was. And now they're saying that Brock Purdy, the kid that replaced him, is throwing interceptions all over the place too. There. And then who was the third string quarterback with the San Francisco 49ers? Go ahead and guess.
Colt McCoy.
Sam Donnell.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so look at this, Byron. Jimmy's numbers aren't bad, dude.
No, they're not.
Look at this. 2,400 yards, 30, almost 4,000. 103, 98, 92, 102, 90, 96, 113, right? Then here he was a backup for the Patriots. So, you can't, let's not even count these two seasons, right? He was backup to Brady. Is that fair? Yep. But his average rating is 99.
Yeah.
I don't care if he gets hurt or not. The guy wins. Look.
Yeah, but you have to be available, and he's just not available enough. That's the problem.
Let's see. Does it show his games played? I mean, let's say he wasn't available. He threw 2,500 yards last year, dude.
Yeah, he was hurt. He didn't make it through the whole season.
He still threw 2,500 yards with a 98% passes rating.
Yeah, Daniel Jones did too.
And they made it to the playoffs with a team that's not as good as San Francisco. Right?
Yeah.
Now, if you think about it, so all right, so let me stop that. But anyway, I'm just saying he's put up numbers since he's left the Patriots. So you're right that he's hurt. You're right that he's different things, but he's put up numbers, man. So I just don't understand the respect they have. Hey, look, God bless Brock Purdy. He's still making his less than $1 million. Is that correct? He didn't get
They probably got a little. They probably gave a little something.
And Trey Lance has got what? 30 million or something.
Yeah, he's like guaranteed contract. Third player pick. They gave away the farm to move up.
They gave away picks for this dude.
A whole bunch of picks.
They gave a lot of stuff away. All right. Well, anyways, I thought that is coming back to bite these guys. All right. They're talking about MVP quarterbacks. So I have here, which I'll share my screen in a second. So I don't know if you've changed or not, and you may not have, but they've just been talking about who do they have as MVP quarterbacks? Look what I got here, Byron.
Oh, look at that.
So Joe Burrow, you concerned a little bit about his injury.
Yeah,
right?
He'll be back.
Yeah. So do you still stick to this list? I mean, I think it was pretty. There's some pieces we weren't all agreeing with, right? With like Dak and this and that. I think Trevor. By the way, they got Trevor Lawrence way higher in the ratings.
That I don't. He's gonna. They're going all by potential with him. He did play well. The last half. Of last year when he almost beat the Giants too, but they're giving him too much as far as being a top 10 quarterback. He's not. He's there, but he shouldn't be. In the top 10. He's getting there.
All right, I'm looking it up. Entering 2003 NFL season. Yeah, because they're giving him a lot of I mean, I like the kid. I mean, he's a winner there.
They're loaded, with the receivers and Evan Ingram at tight end and the running back, ETN. They're good on offense and they're good on defense. But as far as putting him, way up there with those other guys.
No, what you don't have though. You don't have what I don't see is Jalen Hurts. Oh, here it is. You do have Jalen Hurts.
Number 7. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, check this out. Look at Patrick Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Did you just copy this?
Did I just copy it?
Yeah. No. Oh, they have Justin Herbert above where they have Lamar Jackson. But I mean, look, you got the first 3: Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts. You got Jalen Hurts as 7, and they got Aaron Rodgers, and you got Aaron Rodgers as 6. So you're with
pretty
Fox,
close.
You're pretty close to Fox Sports.
There you go. And I did this weeks ago.
You did this for a long time.
Long time ago.
Now you know why I keep it, just in case you say you didn't do it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. This is Byron's. Like you know how you could tell because the Excel is all messed up.
You'd be all right.
Look at if I squash this, I got all these lines in between.
You'd be all right. That's good.
I squash this, I got this all being so.
Now, put a little space in between.
So let's see here. So look at Shaquan. Where's Dalvin Cook? You have Dalvin Cook over here as number 11.
But he's not with Minnesota now.
No, he's with the Jets. All right. So I wanted to go through that piece, but they've been talking about Trevor Lawrence. I just surprised they talked about this morning. They just don't have him on. They don't have him on that list that you copied from.
I made that list. I didn't copy anything. That's my list. Dude, I'm retired. I have nothing else better to do besides sit there and do that.
And you did pretty good. You did pretty good. So listen, the question is this then. They're saying that they were asking the question. They think that Patrick Mahomes has the chance to outwin Tom Brady in Super Bowls. And I just don't see it.
No.
But he's still young in his career. I mean, but how old is Patrick Mahomes?
Like 27, 28. I can see him getting maybe 2 more. I don't see him getting 7, being at 10 and getting 7. I don't see.
So far, he's been in 3 Super Bowls and won 2, correct?
Right. 2 more, yes. 5, 6, no, it ain't happening because you figure Andy Reid is like in his 60s.
Yeah, he's 27.
Yeah, and how old is Andy Reid? He ain't gonna be there forever.
Andy Reid's got to be at least 70.
Nah, he ain't that old. He's got to be in his 60s. But he 2 more, yes. 5, no, not happening because they have too many other great quarterbacks coming up.
Andy Reid is 65.
There you go.
All right.
So how much longer is he gonna coach?
Who's the oldest coach?
Pete Carroll, probably. Pete Carroll, Belichick is probably about 70.
I do not think he's going to break the record. He's got to go way too many seasons. We talked about it.
No, 7, no. Pete Carroll's got what?
He's got to go too many seasons.
Yeah, he's not doing 23. That's a long time.
It's giving me the oldest coaches like from history. Pete Carroll's the oldest coach.
Yeah, he's got to be at least 70.
Who's currently the oldest? What ages are the NFL coaches? Yeah, Pete Carroll's one of the oldest coaches. You can call that one.
Belichick's got to be there. He's been around forever.
You got Pete Carroll. He's not giving me a list. Those coaches and older. Shoot.
I think off the top of my head, those 2, I'm pretty sure, are at least 70. Most of the only other coaches are young guys.
Okay, so you got 71 Pete Carroll, 70 Belichick, Andy Reid 64, Ron Rivera's only 61, John Harbaugh is only 60. See, he looks good. He's only 60. Yeah. So I don't think he's gonna catch that either. Okay, so that is where we have. I don't think. I mean, he's got to win. He's got to play. He's got to coach for several more. How many more? He's got to win like 70 games. Is it? No. How many games is it from the break the record?
Who?
Belichick.
Like 29, less than 30.
Okay, how many? How many games?
Oh, while you're doing that, you see our guy didn't end up being one of the finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame senior committee. Tom Coughlin didn't get in.
Really?
Yeah. Like him, Robert Kraft, Shanahan, Schottenheimer, none of them got in. It was a guy who was a coach for the Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers. He got in from the senior committee for next year. And just remember, our guy Joe Klecko did get in.
I don't understand this. It's saying he needs 30 regular season wins and 18 total wins.
What?
That doesn't make any sense. The problem comes back to recent trend following their career. Belichick could break the record for career losses before he breaks the record for career.
Yeah, that's possible too.
Hey, Belichick on a record season total wins in NFL since to get there. He may also set a couple other records. Belichick noted is closer to all-time record losses than he is for wins. That's interesting. He's currently 5th on the list of regular season and total defeats with 152 and 165. Well, that's because you play so long.
Yeah, but right? How many? Well, he's got to be at what, 3-something with 3.
Yeah, he's 300 and something. Yeah, he needs like 360. So, he needs 30 regular season wins and total wins to pass Shula record. Because I guess there's 328 and 347. I don't understand what are the difference. Problem with Belichick's trend following the departure of Tom Brady after the 2009, his teams have gone 7-9, 10-7, 0-1 in the playoffs, 8-9. That's a 3-year mark of 25-25 in regular season.
Ooh,
with a 26th loss in the postseason. While the records for both wins and losses would be a testament to his longevity, he quite possibly will earn the more notorious record before he secures the more coveted one, which is they think he'll reach the record of more losses than he will the wins.
I'm sure he don't want that one.
Well, yeah, it's going to be hard though. But he needs 30 regular season wins.
That's like almost 3 years.
That's 3 years. And what did he say? We say he's 70.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, some coaches are close to the 70, 74, 75.
Yeah, but he has to get 30 wins over 3 years. Would be 10 wins. He'd have to go 10-7 for 3 years in a row, and he hasn't. Right? And he's got to go then. 9 times 4, right? Okay, he could do it in 4 years if he goes 9 and 8, right?
He's not going to be there that long. Robert Kraft might fire him.
I can't imagine Kraft firing him.
They fired Tom Landry.
That's not Robert Kraft.
They fired Tom Landry though.
Who fired him? Jerry Jones did.
Yes, he did.
Okay, but it's Jerry Jones.
Yeah, and Robert Kraft is the same kind of guy. He got used to get. He got all them Super Bowls, and he's used to winning. His son is Tom Brady, and then all of a sudden now, I'm losing, and this guy is the reason why that I'm losing. I'm spending all this money on tight ends and defensive guys. I'm spending his money.
They're not spending that much money. They're pretty frugal. I don't think they're.
No, they spend a lot of money on receivers, tight ends.
So everything that Brady asked them to do, they're doing now.
What, spending money?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they didn't do it when he was there because he took a pay cut because he had the wife that was making $400 million.
Yeah, but they didn't spend the money. They didn't think about the receipt. He didn't have anybody.
No, because they want, because he took a pay cut, and the guys, they fed into the Patriot, Edelman and all, Gronkowski. Look at the guys he had. He had guys that were really good, but they just didn't have to spend that crazy money. But now he's spending all that money because he wants to win. I think Robert Kraft is going to fire him in the next 2 years if he doesn't win.
I'd be in shock if Robert Kraft fires him. I think he'll quit before he fires. I think if he fires him, they're gonna pose it as a resignation.
Yeah, kind of like they did Tom Coughlin.
What do you mean?
Retired / you got to go kind of thing.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize it. Yeah, that's the only thing I could see because I don't think the Patriot fans aren't not like New York fans where they're gonna demand your head.
What? Them guys that used to win it up there, man. New England, man. Yeah, man, they gonna
Yeah,
demand.
but they're still, you haven't heard them rumble. I just gave you his record of 25-25, and you haven't heard them really like,
They're
you don't
rumbling.
see stuff call for his head. They don't mess with Belichick. He's
Okay, I'm
he's
just letting you know, man. Robert Kraft, man, that guy
dude,
used to win it, man.
it's not like Philly. Like in Philly, you could win the Super Bowl, and then look what they did to
Yeah, 2 years
Andy.
later, he's out the door.
Look what they did to Andy Reid.
Look at Doug Peterson, won the Super Bowl and whoop, out.
Doug Peterson, exactly. Look what they did to Andy Reid, right? But Doug Peterson made some dumb moves, anyways. But Andy Reid did the same thing, right? Basketball is notorious for that. But in football, is there anybody we know that got fired after winning the Super Bowl? It's not like basketball. Basketball will do that in a heartbeat.
Well, look at Doc Rivers, get to the finals all the time, and then he turned around and fired him.
Yeah, but he's got a bad, and I like Doc Rivers. Don't get me wrong, but he's got the highest losing percentage. Went up 3-1.
Yeah, he'll get you there, but he's not going to push you over the top.
Now, look, it's not his fault. Like, he doesn't play the game. Don't get me wrong, but if you're the same coach on multiple teams, and your teams are up 3-1, there's got to be something that you got to be able to do to push them across the line, right? You got to be the enemy.
Yeah, yeah, scream at everybody.
You gotta be Eric Bieniemy. All right, let's start wrapping this up. Well, this was good. We had a lot to talk about. We covered a lot. We covered a little bit more of the Giants that I thought we would have. We're excited for this season to get ready to start. Byron, it starts in 2 weeks. I can't believe it starts in 2 weeks. When's the first game?
So
I gotta start getting my tickets. No, when's like the first NFL game?
Oh, Detroit and NFL. Kansas City, I think.
First preseason, first game, not preseason, first regular.
I think it's Kansas City and Detroit. And guess who I'm going to pick that game? I'm letting you know ahead of time.
Kansas City.
Nope. Detroit Lions.
Okay.
I'm letting you know right now.
Yeah. Okay. Good. You may be right. Hey, look. Hey, listen to me. Don't forget that the Kansas City last year started off like 2-4 or something like that.
They wasn't that bad last year. I'm just letting you know, man. Them Lions, man. They roar.
Kansas City against Detroit.
Where are they playing?
It doesn't. When is the first football game?
That is the first game of the season.
No. It's giving me like 1869. Oh. It's September 7th. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why is oh man, so September 7th is 2 weeks. September 7th. It's a Thursday night game in Arrowhead.
Yep. Detroit Lions are going into Arrowhead and shock the world.
Well, you say that because you got family members that are Detroit fans, right?
Yeah, I know. I have to say it.
So you have no choice. Because last time we talked about Detroit, man, your whole family. I didn't know there was so many. The Joneses were keeping up with the Joneses coming out of the woodwork.
No, those are the Wilsons. They're different side.
Well, whatever. The bloodline of the Joneses, the Wilsons, man, they were no joke.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to call in. He said.
Is he really? All right. Well, we always like family members. As long as he can talk football and tell him not to be, you better be objective about the Detroit team because we're going to tear them apart.
Oh, no. He's a big time Detroit Lion fan.
All right. Well, you better be objective because, the only thing I love being a Giant fan, we're objective, right? But I think we are. Yeah, so that's the first game. Okay. So the first game is, what I say, September 7th.
Yeah. And I think that Dallas, New York is Monday night game, maybe.
Let me see.
Or Sunday night or something like that.
I hate when they'll just show the damn schedule, right? You know what I mean? Like, just show the schedule. NFL, hold on. NFL 2023 schedule. And I got to start getting tickets now.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
Since you have all those fair weather fans down there in Miami.
Yeah, but they always freaking crush the tickets when the major teams come. Probably the Jets are probably sold out already. To schedule out. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get it all. We had it last time, didn't we? The 18. Let's go. Come on. I hate when they don't do that, when they do this. Like you can't, I'm on NFL.com. I can't even find it. Here's a schedule. Oh, here we go. It's not giving me the date. I don't want preseason. I want NFL. Pre 1 2. It's giving me like the full schedule. Can you find it? Oh, here we go.
No.
Here, week 7. Here you go. I just didn't click on the right one. All right. So we got the 7th, Kansas City, and then that Sunday.
Right.
Yeah. So Giants play Monday. It's in New York, in Jersey, Dallas. It's 8. It's the Monday night game, the very first one.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to check that. We're gonna have to check that bad boy out. All righty. So we want to thank our sponsors again. GravyStack. We got an affiliate link on the bottom. If you like the show, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to all our channels, our YouTube channels, Stitcher, Spotify. We are live every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube. At what time, Byron? At 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Also, check out victorrocho.com. That's where you can get a hold of me. Check out everything, all valuable assets. Don't forget to teach your kids on good money habits and financial freedom. We also want to make sure we do a big promotion. I just want to say, Byron, I want to thank a lot of people that helped. We've raised over $3,000 for Wounded Warrior Project for my dad.
Oh, nice.
So I want to thank everybody out there, and the Jersey Boys Sports Talk. Also, if you get a chance, go to the Wounded Warriors Project. It really helps out our soldiers who are injured. I mean, we see prosthetics. It helps them with helping their houses, how to enter their houses. Right. It does a lot of things like that. So our soldiers provide the freedom that we have to be able to make choices in life. So let's not forget our soldiers. Again, stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel. Go to your podcast. Hit the Jersey Boy Sports Talk. You'll see that little sign right there. Me and Byron talking every week. Please come on our show. We like to bring on a show. We're getting ready. Congratulations to the Jets. And I just want to do a quick shout out to our friend that we just lost.
My condolences, to the Daniels family. Clifford, Daniels, good friend. He's a year older than me. A really good guy. His sister Yvonne, his brother.
Aziz. Man, his mom is Dorothy, no?
Yes, his mom Dorothy was on the city. Yeah, his mom. Yeah, sister Yvonne. Aziz Muhammad, the brother.
I went to school with Yvonne, me and Vanda.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta call him. Oh man, how'd he pass?
I don't know.
Probably, yeah. But anyhow, I forgot that. You know them all, but I have individual different types of relationships with them, right? Yeah. So I know Mark Daniels from being around. Yvonne graduated with me. Dorothy, I know it's her mom, but Dorothy, Mrs. Daniels, her and I are super close because of Benny's mom, Sonia. Her and Sonia were best friends.
Right.
And so her and I always, helped with the city and did everything. And, I'm in her phone. She'll spot dial me from time to time. They're just a lovely, lovely family. She's always giving back to Perth Amboy.
Yep, for years.
From council, from Board of Education, whatever it is, she is true Amboy Nation, no doubt. So shout out to the Daniels family and our friend Aziz, right?
Yep.
And our friend Aziz, which is his brother, and God bless them, and prayers out to them. And hey, listen, look, Byron, you may like this. This is Pops. This is the U.S. Army.
All right, nice.
I got my dad's ashes in here. I still find myself time saying, "Oh man, I got to call my dad," and so make time to call your family. Look what happened with Pastor Bishop Lance, Chucky. Just there's too many people. So please, when you get a chance out there, call your family members, call your brothers, call your sisters, call them no matter what. Put everything aside. Always talk to as many people as you possibly can because you never know what could happen. I think Glenn Richardson, shout out to our friend Glenn Richardson, put out a nice post. trying to get in touch with Cliff. He was going to call him. That has happened to me with a few of my friends, and it's almost like that's what sticks in your mind. So don't let that stick in your mind. Prayers out to the Richardson family, another great family from Perth Amboy. Byron, as always.
Richardson Carty families. Carty.
Carter. Why?
Carty, that's another part of their family. It's a big family because one of their uncles just had his 100th birthday like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wrote in that we were family on both sides, right? Yeah. So, they're pretty big. I'm a Rocho Gonzalez, and dude, we're like 400. My father had 9 on one side. My great grandfather had 18, but we only know of 9. It's just so, I mean, we know the other ones, but they were a lot older. It's just crazy. But shout out to all those families and God bless it. Byron, thank you for everything that you do. Looking forward to season. I'm looking forward to the Giants. Got my Giants shirt that I can fit into. And I got my Giants hat getting ready to go. Byron, you got every player, every division hat over there. And then let's see what we got. And I'd love to go to a Giant game. Can we get tickets?
I ain't going up no Giant game, man. That's a long ride.
It's a long ride.
Oh, it's a long ride, man.
That's a long ride. I gotta fly into town. All right, man. Well, God bless. Thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you for the Jersey Boys Sports Talk. Signing out. Get ready to rumble. And let's see what we has every week at 8 p.m. I'm sorry I've been away, a little back, bring a little bit of fire and energy. I thought today was good. Byron, did you like? We had a lot of diversification, what we talked about.
I covered a lot of stuff.
We covered a lot of stuff that was good. So to our listeners, thank you. To our fans, continue. Please share our show, subscribe, and God bless. And we will see you next week. Take care.